simurange.com or ATS Midland on Facebook.
Warmer weather is hopefully on its way. At Associates in Eye Care, they want you to remember to wear sunglasses with UV protection. Most of us acquire 80% of our lifetime UV exposure before 18. So it's extremely important for children to have sunglasses with UV protection. Ultraviolet rays have harmful effects on the eyes that can lead to cataracts and macular degeneration. To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kazmarek, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw or Hemlock locations, call 792-8686. Associates in Eye Care, caring for our patients as we would want to be treated.
WSGW News Time, 9:08. The weather forecast is next. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has renewed her call for pausing the state's sales tax on new electric vehicles. Appearing in Metro Grand Rapids Wednesday at LaFontaine Ford in Walker, Whitmer says EVs are the future of the auto industry, and Michigan will play a big role in that future. She says a lot of customers are interested in electric vehicles, but they've got some anxiety around the initial price point or trip range, and that's why she thinks it's their job to level some of those barriers where they can. Can EV sales get up to 67% of the market by 2032? That's at the heart of the new proposed emission standards laid out by the Biden administration. AutoBeat reporter Jeff Gilbert reports.
And auto trade groups embracing the goals, but not the timetable, saying everything would need to go just right. The EV sales numbers are much higher than what's been projected by Sam Fiorani of Auto Forecast Solutions.
AFS predicts less than half of the models will be sold as EVs in the United States by 2032. We're looking at 50% of vehicles built in North America being electric by 2040.
Car makers say they look forward to working with all involved to set final standards that work for everybody involved. Jeff Gilbert, the Michigan News Network.
There were more deaths than births in all but 7 Michigan counties for the year ending in July 2022. New census data shows the losses due to an aging population and the impact of COVID-19, which led to more than 38,000 deaths since 2020. The overall population in Michigan decreased by 0.4%. The other major factor in the population loss was people leaving Southeast Michigan, with Wayne County seeing the biggest decrease. 51 counties did see growth, although it was small. WSGW News Time, 9:10, and now here's WNEM First Alert meteorologist Matthew Monroe.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Sunny, breezy, and unseasonably warm today. Highs top out near 82 degrees. Winds west-southwesterly 10 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows falling to the 50s. South-southwest winds diminish to 5 to 10. Friday, lots more sunshine. Highs warm into the upper 70s to near 80. Winds remain south-southwest 5 to 10. Friday night, it becomes mostly cloudy. Lows drop to 57. Winds turn to the southeast around 5 miles per hour. And then Saturday, partial sunshine possible at times. Rain chances arrive by afternoon. Highs reach 77. I'm Phil Jensko with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now, it's 65.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Yes, indeed. Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw. They've expanded their showroom and added new product lines for you. Everything you need for home decorating, you're going to find it at Westside Decorating Center. Later on, after the 10 o'clock news, we're going to talk to one of our staff members, Nathan Yax, who's in a band. They're going to do some fundraising for the Masonic Temple in Bay City. We'll find out about that. We'll have open phones as time permits this morning. And at 11 o'clock, Medicare Choices with Jeff Carrick. He'll be here on Focus. But to begin this hour, we're going to find out what's happened in that little burg called Frankenmuth that tends to be a population of 5,000 or 6,000, except when the tourists come to town and it swells by tens of thousands. And with us to talk about it this morning from Zehnder's of Frankenmuth, we say good morning to John Shelton. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing well, doing well. So how was the winter season in Frankenmuth this year? Before we look ahead, let's look back a little bit.
How was it?
Yeah.
Well, we were able to kick off, for us personally, a very successful winter season, highlighted by the annual Zehnder Snowfest, which was very successful. And February, between winter breaks and March and spring break, we were very, very busy at Splash Village. So it's been a very strong first quarter, and we anticipate not only here at Zehnder's, but as a community, a strong second and summer season. So we look forward to it.
And the weather's broken now, so you can start thinking about some of those outdoor things.
Oh, I'm not complaining, but I also saw next week's forecast as well. A little reality check. But I'm going to enjoy it. I plan to get the Fortress. Perfect timing because the Fortress did open up on Monday, so I'm going to get out on the golf course tomorrow sometime and or Saturday to enjoy it. But I think it's 44 on Monday, but that's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Listen,
I'm going to live in the moment.
Yep, absolutely. And one of the moments coming up, something I was at several times in the past, is the Big Ragtime Festival. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, we're very fortunate to be partnering once again with Bob Mill, who's our musical director for Zehnder's Ragtime Festival, which is our 28th annual.
It's
April 19th. Yeah, April 19th. But either it's that old or we're that old, Art. Either one.
Both.
We've been to many of them. I've been to all 28. So I want to get.
So is Bob Mill.
Well.
Bob is no spring chicken either.
No, actually, this guy is going strong. He's 80.
So am I.
So you're going strong as well. So we're delighted to have him back with us as always. And he is still recognized as one of the best boogie woogie type pianists in the world, and is a very active musical ambassador for the United States. In fact, he's actually played for George Bush, the dad, president, at his home years ago. So he's really, really well known.
Yeah.
And we have about 6 different artists coming through for that time period. And it's going to be a great time. And if you like that type of genre, we invite you to come on out. And a few tickets are still available. We have a lunch show on Wednesday, the 19th, Thursday, and Friday, and a grand finale dinner show on a Friday evening.
What's the dates?
April 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Coming up soon.
Coming up soon.
Yeah.
So, we encourage people to come out, and they can just go to zenders.com/ticketing or call us at 989-652-0450.
John, I'm going to take you behind the scenes now. I mean, Frankenmuth has always been a community that creates opportunity. What's it like to sit in the office and brainstorm and come up with ideas like the Ragtime Festival? How did it come about?
Ragtime? Well, it's. I don't know. I would use the word brainstorm. Use it loosely. How Ragtime came about, and this is absolutely true story. This all started at the Cleaners of all places here in Frankenmuth. As you know, it's a very small community.
Sure.
We all know one another, and we go to church together. We shop together. Basically, this was around 4 years into Snowfest. Okay, so I had a little history of having a successful festival,
right?
With the beginning of Snowfest. I'm in the Cleaners, and this gentleman had Jim. I can't remember Jim's last name. I'll be honest with you. I was there getting his clothes and says, "Hey," and he kind of said, "I know you. Hey, great job at Snowfest." He goes, "I'm into ragtime music, and I think you guys could have a great ragtime festival." And years ago, we used to have a cigar dinner. That was strictly in the tap room. That was back when the tap room was smoking only here at the restaurant. Okay. And this guy came to those events, and the owner of the Cleaners, it was Quality Cleaners. It used to be in Frankenmuth. The owner was a big cigar aficionado, and he would come to the dinner, and they both were into ragtime music. And they simply said, "We think you could do a great job of having a ragtime festival." And I had no idea what they were talking about, other than, "Okay, I'll listen to you." And they said, "Hey, do you mind if we bring a friend of ours up who plays this?" And it was Bob Mill. And Bob kind of just played in the tap room one night. And I was like, "Okay, you guys seem to be really enthusiastic about this." And just like we did Snowfest, one of those things, let's give it a try. And here we are 28 years later.
And it's sold out a lot, hasn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes. We expect about 250 50 people for each show, somewhere in there. We have a few tickets still available, so we encourage people if they want to come out, it's still available to do so. But again, he does great work. We have people from all over the United States that participate in this. One of the favorites is Ann and Jeff Barnhart. They're out of Connecticut. They do a program called Ivory and Gold, where they partner together, and then they'll do some solo acts during the 3-day concert as well. We have a lot of fantastic pianists that, again, if you're into the ragtime music, these are some of the best of the best, and we look forward to welcoming them back to Frankenmuth. And that's that brainstorming thing that happened. I think, one of the things I still try to do over my career is I'm still trying to get better at it. I have a long way to go, but I still try to learn to listen to people. And that's how Snowfest started. I listened to somebody. That's how Ragtime started. I just happened to listen to somebody standing in the cleaners.
Well, there you go. I would return to that cleaners and stand there for the next idea. Too bad they're not there anymore.
We've got a little bit more sophisticated since of how things happen. But that is the birthplace of Zehnder's Ragtime Festival. A guy brought it to me at the cleaners, and I just decided to, for whatever reason, follow up with them. And I don't know if I decided to follow up because he kept calling me. So I was like, look, all right, man, I've got to listen to this guy and let's see where this goes. And they did a great job with it.
It just points out you never know where the next great idea is coming from.
Exactly.
You really don't.
Exactly.
And you said an important word. You listen. That's important.
And I still try to work on that. My wife says I still have a lot of room for improvement. I'm still working.
I think we better take a break on that so you don't get you in trouble here. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. We're talking to John Shelton from Zehnder's of Frankenmuth about things happening there, and we will be back with more here on the Art Lewis Show. But first, let's see if we can maybe give away a little money, because it's time to play WSGW's Baseball Bucks. Presented by Westside Decorating Center. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering this baseball word online at WSGW.com. Listen closely now. The word this hour is SAN. S-A-N, as in San Francisco Giants. SAN. Alpha Media company-wide contest. Must be 18 or older to play. One winner chosen each day. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Baseball Bucks presented by Westside Decorating Center on WSGW.
Welcome to the Helena Field Link Minute. Today, brand manager Austin Anderson highlights the benefits of adjuvants, like their product Grounded, for early season weed control.
We get these rains that come in that activate our herbicides, but the good component of Grounded is it allows us to be able to keep that active ingredient from going below the germination zone of where a lot of these weed seeds are actually germinating. We have a compatibility component. No two recipes are quite exactly the same, so it gives you the flexibility to go out there with one pass and kill the various weeds that are up. You think about drip reduction, so a lot of our oil-based adjuvants have that drip control component to them. So this one allows us to be able to deliver active ingredient on target. So a lot of what you're spraying isn't ending up in your neighbor's fields. And then you've got a deposition aid that allows us to really be able to get that active ingredient on some of those weeds that may have gotten some size.
For more tips from Helena, subscribe to Helena's Field Link podcast wherever you listen.
Only 1 week left to file your taxes. But don't worry, Jackson Hewitt is racking up the assists. We guarantee your biggest tax refund and guarantee the accuracy of your return for life. So make a fast break to Jackson Hewitt. Our tax pros will get you filed or get you an extension before the deadline. Beat the clock and the crowds. Come in and file today. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report. The latest reading on inflation offers another sign that the Federal Reserve has slowed the economy. The producer price index, prices at the wholesale level, declined 0.5% from February to March. It's the steepest decline in 3 years. For the year ending in March, the PPI rose 2.7%, a weaker increase than economists were expecting. Also, new claims for unemployment benefits came in at 239,000 last week, more than forecast, and a sign that some companies are cutting staff. Delta Airlines lost money in its recent quarter, though it is seeing strong demand for summer travel. Delta says it had expenses in the quarter, including related to its new pilot's contract. Excluding those costs, it made a profit. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, to polos and khakis, to Oxfords or T-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine what could relief from IBS-C mean for you. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hi, this is Mike Avery. You know you can hear my outdoor magazine show Sunday mornings, 9 till noon on WSGW. But now there's another option. Saturday morning, 6 till 9. Tune in for the latest outdoor news and information, hunting and fishing tips, wildlife and conservation issues, even some wild game cooking. That's Outdoor Magazine now on Saturday mornings too, 6 till 9, right here on WSGW 790 AM and 100.5 FM.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. We are talking to John Shelton from Zehnders of Frankenmuth. And John, we pretty well covered the Ragtime Festival. So what else is ahead?
Well, we have, after our Ragtime, we go into what's our Red Hat Ladies program, where we have chapters of Red Hats from Michigan come and enjoy luncheon shows, and that's the end of April. Then we have our Motown Express shows in May. That's almost sold out. That's going to be very, very popular. So, and then we have our last dinner show in June, and that's going to be an Eagles tribute. So you'll be seeing all this information is available on our website Zehnders.com. And we're just really preparing art for the summer season, which we again anticipate a very, very strong June, July, and August. There's nothing in the forecast that shows us that we won't have a very, very strong season. So we look forward to that. We look forward to having people come and visit us. And as we always say here at Zehnders, if you go home hungry, it's your own fault.
Yeah, that's for sure. In terms of tourism, after COVID, have you seen return, for example, of bus traffic?
Yes, slowly more of bus traffic is coming back, but actually the market we saw this spring for the best return is our Canadian guests.
Oh.
And that has started to open up. There's no more restrictions, obviously,
right,
at the border. So we really saw very, very strong impact of our Canadian guests this first quarter of 2023. In fact, during their spring break did not coincide with most of the spring breaks in this area. So that's why we had a very, very strong March. We had a week of being sold out at Splash that we didn't necessarily anticipate it, but they're all Ontario license plates.
Well, gee,
so we're seeing a trend of a Canadian guests coming back to the area.
I have an idea, but I'd have to stand in a cleaner to tell you about
You got to go to the cleaners to do that.
How about a Canadian festival celebrating our neighbors to the north?
Well, I mean, I listen to any opportunity, and if any of our Canadian friends that are listening that think that might be something that's viable, we're more than happy to explore it.
Bring down some Canadian talent,
and that happens organically. I think, Art, that we do that, but we haven't had anything that says specifically this is, i.e., celebrating our Canadian neighbors.
Right.
And so that may be an opportunity. But, we like to think there's always, regardless of the season, there's a reason to come to Frankenmuth. And that could just be another reason why. But what we may be able to do, when you think, as I just thought about when you're talking about our Canadian friends, we're going to have many of our Canadian friends next year.
Yes, you are.
For the Memorial Cup.
And
so maybe we could tie something into having an inaugural Canadian Day then, because we are really, really excited, and congratulations to the Saginaw Spirit.
Count me in.
And all of their hard work to make that happen. I don't know yet if the general community understands how exciting, how cool this is really going to be. It's going to be a major, major tourism opportunity for the entire region.
And the teams and a lot of the CHL officials are going to be housed in Frankenmuth.
Yes, I mean many. In fact, I believe, I don't want to misquote myself, but the majority of the teams and the CHL officials will be here. And
yes, they are.
Yeah, we are hosting a golf outing as part of the program, as well as I believe the awards banquet is scheduled here to be at Zehnder. So a lot of exciting things, not only for Frankenmuth, but for the entire region. I mean, you're looking at literally 2 weeks of just activity every day in a time period other than Memorial Day weekend, what is not as, I would say, our shoulder season.
Right.
So it's going to be a tremendous economic push for the entire region.
About $25 million is the estimate.
Yeah, I think 20 to 25 million is what I hear. So, I know Craig Goslin and Dick Garber and the entire Saginaw Spirit team put a lot of effort to make this happen. And this is a one-time event. We won't have this again. And this is, from my understanding, only the fourth time in the history of the Memorial Cup that has actually come to the United States.
Fourth time in history, first time east of the Mississippi, and first time for the Ontario Hockey League. So we are creating a first.
Yeah, so an exciting opportunity, exciting time to put our best foot forward and showing the best of the region, and hopefully, which I think is going to come out of this as well, people will come back. We're going to show them such a great time that they're going to want to come back with their individual families and visit often.
Okay, so the Canadian Festival, since we don't have quality cleaners anymore, the next time I'm standing in my cleaners, I'll call you and remind you.
You call me, okay? And it doesn't just have to be the cleaners. Anytime that light bulb goes off.
Oh, okay.
But I do have banker's hours, 9 to 5. Okay, I don't need to call about 11 o'clock at night. Like, hey, if that happens, just write it down. Write it down so you don't forget in the morning. Like, oh, I had a good idea for John Shelton. Now I can't remember it.
Well, folks, let me tell you, I've known John, I don't know, better than 30 years, and he is a phenomenal individual. And John, I really appreciate the friendship and the relationship that we've had over the years.
That's very kind of you, and I feel likewise. Thank you so much for what you have personally done for us here at Zehnders and myself, and what you have done for the entire Great Lakes Bay region. So, and I hope to see you May 6th for John Zehnder's legacy ball here.
That's right. I forgot. Tell me about that. I forgot about that. Do I need to call John?
You need to call John. He'll give you the particulars.
I will do it then.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye
Okay,
now.
Bye now.
John Shelton from Zehnder's of Frankenmuth, and we thank John for joining us this morning. We'll take a break for the remainder of the hour. Open phones, 989-752-6111.
For the best garage doors, service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor. He knows doors.
It's springtime. The temperature goes up. The temperature goes down. Just like your garage door, right? It doesn't. Sounds like you need the door doctor. Call Delta Door today. It might just need a little tune-up. Or maybe it's time for a new door or opener. Since 1939, they've been fixing garage doors. Probably your parents. Maybe even your grandparents. Homeowners have learned to depend on the door doctor for the right prescription every time. If you've been thinking about a new garage door, think no more. Remember, in their more than 8 decades, they've seen it all. The Delta Door Doctor. He makes calls even where you live.
For the best garage doors, service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor. Delta Door.
Delta Door, 2835 Universal Drive, Saginaw. Choosing to do business with Garber means choosing better. Their low price guarantee means you help make better happen in our community, and it doesn't cost you a penny more. Mike Hull, President and CEO of Make-A-Wish of Michigan. There's a lot of kids facing serious health challenges. How can we make things better for them?
This year, our goal is to grant more wishes than ever in our history, which is 475 wishes this year. And with the help of companies like Garber, we will be able to do this.
And Mike, can you tell us about the big Make-A-Wish fundraiser that's coming up?
The Associated Builders and Contractors of Greater Michigan, in collaboration with Garber, are hosting their 36th annual event to benefit Make-A-Wish Michigan. It's going to be a Hawaiian-themed gala on Friday, April 21st. To get tickets information, just go to abcgmc.org.
Making better happen for Make-A-Wish.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Are you looking for a place that will satisfy the food cravings of the entire family? Look no further. The Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch will do just that. At the Lumberjack, you're sure to enjoy the food and company, all while getting a pure, up-north dining experience. The home-style cooking is sure to have you coming back for more. With an array of entrees, burgers, omelets, desserts, and more, it's certain that there's something for everyone to love. So head up north to the Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch, exit 212, I-75.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
RocketGrabClass.com. Join us for the Core Ale Rocks pub crawl in Bay City on Thursday, April 20th. Right now, you can secure your seat for half off. It's usually $50, but you are getting yours for $25. We will have 2 limo buses taking us to 5 different bars: Scotty Sandbar, Beer Garden, Cafe 13, Sporty's Wing Shack and Smokehouse Pinconning, and Village Inn. There are a limited number of seats, so snag your deal right now. It's at RocketGrabPlus.com.
Hello, Michigan. I'm John Gonzalez.
And I'm Amy Sherman. We've got big news.
We're back! And you can join us Sundays at 1 p.m. as we once again go behind the mitten.
We'll take you to every corner of the state, sharing the stories that make Michigan great.
Find a hidden gem or a new favorite spot that might be located right in your hometown.
We'll go above the bridge and taste our way across the state.
Join us Sundays at 1 p.m. right here on 100.5 and 790 News Radio, WSGW.
From the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios,
You are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
All right, we are back with you here on WSGW. Art Lewis Show. Open lines for you right now till the top of the hour. Give us a call. Story caught my attention because we've talked about this before, about how much we import from China and the fact that manufacturing seems to be returning to the United States, and maybe we've learned our lesson. Well, the numbers I'm looking at here don't indicate that we've learned our lesson. This was a story about America importing $78.8 billion in cell phones and other household goods from China in 2022. In 2020, of course, that was the pandemic year. It slowed down because we didn't need a lot of things. We weren't going out. We weren't doing anything. And the number imported was 61 billion plus. In 2021, as the pandemic waned a little bit, we imported 75 plus billion dollars. And in 2022, even after all the talk of dependency, we imported almost $79 billion in goods from China. Now, I will tell you this. We talk a lot about energy independence. Our number one import country in 2022 was not China. It was Canada. And the product was crude oil. In 2022, we imported from Canada over $113 billion in crude oil. China was second in terms of imports. That came in at $78.766 billion plus. Mexico was third with parts and accessories for vehicles at 57 plus billion. China was twice on the list, 3 times on the list, actually. The number 2 spot, as I mentioned, was cell phones and other household goods. Computers were number 4 on the list. We brought in $52 plus billion in computers from China. Ireland was 5th, with pharmaceutical preparations at $50 billion. Mexico, again on the list, at 6th, for trucks, buses, and special purpose vehicles at $43 billion. China returns to the list at 7th for toys, games, and sporting goods at $41 billion. Mexico returns to the list with more computers, $34 billion. And Mexico stays on the list at number 9 for passenger cars new and used at $34 billion. And finally, Japan, passenger cars new and used, $32 billion. So in terms of China, in 2022, we spent $131 billion plus on Chinese-made computers, cell phones, and other household goods. So anytime you wonder if we're dependent on foreign imports, there's your answer. Imagine how much of that could be made at home. Would it cost us a little more? Yeah, maybe. Would it be worth it for all the jobs that it would produce? Probably. That's a lot of money going out of this country, going to someplace else. It's kind of scary. You look at the size of those numbers. You know, it's often been said that the way to defeat the United States is economically from the inside, internally. You wonder sometimes if it's not true. We have to wean ourselves off this notion of cheap. Instead, we need to create a notion of value, and there is a difference. If I gave you 2 items, let's say we're going to talk about widgets. I'm going to have a cheap, overseas-made widget that I will sell you for $1. And I'm going to have an American-made widget that I'm going to sell you for $2. Well, the mentality of this country for many years was, oh, let's buy the dollar widget because it's cheaper. But now, what if I told you that the value was in the $2 widget? Because the $1 widget was only going to last you 3 years, and the $2 widget could last you 8 or 10 years. Which one is the better value? Well, obviously, if you have to replace the widget every 3 years, it's going to cost you more in the long run to buy the cheap widget. So if you buy value, you pay more up front, but the item lasts you a lot longer. We need to start thinking that way. That needs to be our mentality. I really believe that. Let's say good morning to Mark in Midland. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
We're fine, thanks.
Hey, I was listening to a general on a website, we'll just say, sitcom, and he wasn't speaking. He didn't paint a real good picture as far as what's up and coming. And I think we really need to bolster our military. And with that being said, in the late 80s, I went to Central High School in Flint, and they had a program on the 4th floor called the NJROTC. And we had probably hundreds and hundreds of people that have gone through there and went on into the military and so forth. But they're building that new school, high school in Saginaw. And I know you have connections with the superintendent there. Is there a way to have that program revitalized, since we're probably going to need some military people? And I really think that's a great springboard to get individuals off to a good career as far as for leadership development and so forth.
Well, I would agree that the ROTC is a great program, but I doubt very much if you're going to see a resurgence of it. I really do.
Why did it go away?
I don't know. Around the country, there were lots of ROTC programs, and in universities is where you find the majority of them. I don't even know if they're still popular in universities anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you were able to, in high school, go all the way to Great Lakes and spend a week at the military base there in Chicago, and it was a great program. I mean, I was able to purchase my third house now with my GI Bill. There's just, or not the GI Bill, but the VA loan, and I was able to utilize the GI Bill. So I just think there was a lot of benefits.
Well, there's a lot of benefits to being in the military. You could defer your education a couple of years, go in the military, and then they would probably cover a lot of your education. And you'd also come out a better person. So I'm all for it. But in reality, will it happen? I'm not so sure. All right. All right, Mark.
Thank you.
Talk to you. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
All right. We're going to take a break. Come back with more here on the Art Lewis Show.
Let the sun shine in with new window coverings. This is Sonia with Westside Decorating Center. We offer a variety of soft shades and blinds that protect against damaging UV rays without disrupting your view. Ask about our slumber shades if you prefer a complete room darkening experience. Call our experts for a personal consultation at 989-793-6182 or visit our newly remodeled showroom, Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw Township.
Wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind in knowing that you have protected the important things in your life, like your family and your assets, against the high cost of the nursing home, the IRS, and probate?
I'm attorney Jerry Reif, and I practice elder law, estate, and asset protection planning. There are 3 myths about Medicaid laws that you should know. Myth number 1, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Myth number 2, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 5 years to qualify. That's not true either. You can avoid this problem. Myth number 3, you have to give away your assets to protect them. That's not true either. You can keep control of your assets and protect them.
Are you prepared? Is your estate planning current? Are your assets safe? Are you Medicaid ready? Listen, learn, and talk to a professional who has made it a career of helping families and businesses protect their assets. Attend Jerry Rife's Are You Prepared workshop on Wednesday, April 19th at Capocco Community Credit Union in Saginaw at 2 p.m. To register, call 989-790-1461 or register online at jerryrifelawyer.com.
Comerica Park is the place to be on Saturday, with a giveaway every Saturday, all season long. Arrive early. The first 15,000 fans get a Jackie Robinson number 42 hat when your Tigers face off against the Giants on Saturday. Get the party started early every Friday home game with the all-new Party in the Park. This Friday, we celebrate the Motor City. Arrive early for pregame happy hour, $5 drink specials, live music, plus entertainment throughout the game.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nope. Oh no, he's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The Baseball Bucks Cash Contest is a company-wide contest for your chance to win $1,000 daily. No purchase necessary to enter or win. You will receive an email confirming your entry. One winner will be chosen each day. Contest is open to U.S. residents 18 years or older. Contest is sponsored by participating Alpha Media stations. Parent, subsidiary, and affiliated entities, advertising agencies, promotional partners, and members of families or households are not eligible to enter or win. Odds of winning depend on number of entries received. Contest is subject to all applicable federal, state, and local laws and regulations. Void where prohibited. Participants must sign all contest release and waiver forms to be eligible to win the prize. The contest, Monday, April 3rd, 2023 through Friday, April 21st, 2023. To participate in the contest, you must listen to the participating radio station at the specified times and enter the word that wins at WSGW.com. Contest sponsors are not responsible for technical failures or malfunctions of any kind. For full contest rules, please visit WSGW.com. Decisions of station management with respect to the contest are final.
The Ramsey Show, weeknights at 10 on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back here on WSGW. Open phones for the remainder of the hour. Give us a call. I know you've all been waiting to hear this news. Prince Harry will attend King Charles' coronation. Meghan will stay home with the kids because it's Archie's birthday. So there you go. I knew you were waited with bated breath to find out if Harry will travel to the coronation on May 6th. And, you know, we may joke about it. We may laugh about it. The reality is, for a country that spent its blood and treasure throwing off the rule of Great Britain and its king at the time, we're in love with the monarchy. We're fascinated with them. Television audiences are huge whenever Harry does anything, whenever there were shows about the Queen, you name it. And it's not just us. It's worldwide attention. On May 6th, I'd be willing to bet there will be billions, not millions, billions of viewers watching the coronation of King Charles. There is something fascinating about royalty and monarchies. and the fact that they still even exist. It's amazing. And on they go. Anyhow, just thought I'd mention that because I knew it would make your day. There is, as you've probably heard in the news, a number of leaked documents going around. These documents suggest that American intelligence agencies have more than we've been led to believe in terms of their material. And it also deals with the infighting inside Russia, much broader and deeper than originally thought. This current batch, which contains 27 pages, reinforces how deeply American spy agencies have penetrated nearly every aspect of the Russian intelligence apparatus. Of course, don't pat yourself on the back for that, because you can believe the Russian intelligence agencies have done the same thing to us. But it appears they are saying the possibility of these leaks of our intelligence documents have come from someone who actually worked for the military. And they can be dangerous to us because they reveal additional methods and means of intelligence gathering and put people at risk. So hopefully they are going to figure out who this person is that's been releasing these documents and stop it before it gets out of hand, because I mean, national security is at stake, literally, excuse me. And national security is at stake here. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what happens. But it's not surprising that we find out intelligence communities have a lot more information than we thought they did. You never really know unless you're on the inside of it. In Tennessee, you'll remember that they expelled 2 out of 3 lawmakers who came into the assembly with bullhorns about gun rights and all of that stuff. They have now returned the 2 that were ousted. They've both been returned. The last one was Justin J. Pearson, is now back in the Tennessee House of Representatives. He and another representative were expelled. They were ousted for a gun control protest on the House floor. And, you know, I think whether they learned a lesson or not, probably not. Probably not. I would not be surprised if they didn't do it again. But somehow we have to get across to not only these folks, but others. And I hear it on the phones once in a while here. Talking louder, using bullhorns to be louder than everybody else, doesn't make you right. It just makes you louder. Yelling at someone, pushing someone around, doesn't make you right. It just makes you a bully. Interrupting constantly and not letting someone speak doesn't make you right. In order to have an open discussion and fair exchange of ideas, both sides have to listen to each other as well as talk to each other. But somehow people get it in their mind that only their idea is the right idea and no one else has a right to speak if they don't say it the way they want it said. That's just not the way it works. Not the way it works at all. And it's a majority rule country. If the majority doesn't like it, you lose. if you're in the minority. There are times you will win, and there are times you won't win. But being loud doesn't make you right. All right, let me talk to you for a moment about my friends at McDonald Ford in Freeland, the McDonald family, the dealership owned by Tom Jr. and Tom III. And they have been providing you fabulous, fabulous automobiles and service for quite some time. It's a Ford dealership, says so in the name, McDonald Ford. But Tom Jr. also wants you to know that they have many other different brands of automobiles on their pre-owned lot and late model ones. Now, I happen to be driving a Ford this month. I'm driving a 2022 Ford Ranger with the Tremor package, which is the off-road package. Just one example of the many, many, many cars in the pre-owned lot. I've seen Chevys and I've seen Lincolns. I've seen some foreign marques. I've seen Audi. I've seen Mercedes. I've seen all kinds of cars, Jeeps. You're going to find it all at McDonald Ford in Freeland, a great service department to back up the sale. And the Drive Collision Center, the Quick Lane Center. It's all there for you. Everything you need for your automobile. You'll find it at McDonald Ford, 6790 Midland Road in Freeland. Stop by. Take a look at their inventory. You'll be glad you shopped there.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Sullivan's. You are going to get a $20 gift certificate to Sullivan's for only $10. Half off. Sullivan's has a great selection of burgers to choose from, or maybe you want something lighter. They also have delicious salads, as well as a variety of seafood items to try. Snag your voucher today before they sell out and head to Sullivan's for dinner. It's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Right now at RocketGrabPlus.com, you can get a seat on our Core Ale Rocks pub crawl in Midland on Thursday, May 11th. It's only $25. We're going to have 2 different limo buses taking us to 5 different bars. 702 Bar, Decker Sports Bar, the Boulevard Lounge, Riders Bar and Grill, and the Auburn Hotel and Tavern. There are a limited number of seats, so make sure you snag yours right now. It's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
All right, that'll do it for this first hour of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. News coming up from CBS and the local report with Michael Percha. Then we'll be back. We'll start the hour talking to one of our staff members here, Nathan Yax, about his band and a big fundraiser they have coming up. And then we'll have more open phones for you.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Peter King in Orlando. A week after dozens of pages of classified documents showed up on social media, President Biden doesn't sound worried about what's out there.
I'm concerned that it happened, but there's nothing contemporaneous that I'm aware of that is of big consequence.
Speaking in Ireland, he says investigators are closing in on the source of those leaked papers. The Washington Post reports they were posted by someone who worked at a military base. The administration has just announced it's expanding Medicaid and Obamacare health insurance to include hundreds of thousands of immigrants who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children, those people covered by the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA. A late-night ruling by a federal appeals court means a popular abortion pill can stay on the market, but with restrictions. For example, no mail orders allowed. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum on what's ahead.
It will eventually hear a full appeal on the merits of the decision and either disallow its use even in states where abortion is legal, or rule that the drug has been safely prescribed for over 20 years and the FDA is comprised of doctors.
Mother Nature is piling on with more rain headed to already flooded parts of South Florida. Here's CBS's Manuel Bojorquez.
Planes were grounded at Fort Lauderdale International Airport, where nearly 200 flights were canceled yesterday. Many passengers were stranded and packed into terminals overnight, sleeping wherever they could.
We're trying to get back home, and they're telling us that the airport is closed, and so at this point, we don't know what to do.
Overnight, the airport reopened the departures level so passengers could leave if they wish.
There's no let up in French anger and protests over higher retirement age.
Hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets of France on this 12th day of action against unpopular reforms that will see them working longer before they retire. Strikes continue in several sectors, notably transport, education, energy, and trash collection. Labor unions say today's lower turnout has done nothing to stem their determination to keep going until the reforms are dropped. The government has said that won't happen. Elaine Cobb, CBS News, Paris.
Hot pants, mini skirts with matching tights, and mix and match were part of her fashion repertoire.
The Chelsea look, the London beat, designed by Mary Quant.
Designer Mary Quant's innovations epitomize the swinging 60s fashions out of England. Quant's family says she's died at her home in southern England. She was 93. In early trading on Wall Street, the Dow is up 19, the NASDAQ up 110. This is CBS News.
Streamline how you hire with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
A 401k can be an important asset for many Americans' retirements. You've made contributions to your 401k every single paycheck for years. Tune in Sundays at 8 a.m. on WSGW for your Financial Empower Hour with Jason and Carl Kreiderman from Great Lakes Investment in Midland. They will give you information like how your 401k's tax advantages and portability may enable workers to build sizable and important nest eggs. But its flexibility can also be costly if you aren't aware of potential mistakes. Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a guide that will teach you how to avoid an IRS early distribution penalty and full taxation on rollovers, the little-known weapon you can use, your most mistake-proof option, and more. Request your guide today at 989-835-7203 or visit GreatLakesInvestmentAdvisors.com. This commercial shall in no way be construed as solicitation to sell securities or advisory services of any state other than Michigan or where otherwise permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through Great Lakes Investment Advisors, a registered investment advisor in the state of Michigan.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right, but right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681. Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Sunny skies and 63 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Perchek. A man from Sanford will spend some time behind bars on stalking and home invasion charges. 24-year-old Tristan Templeman was sentenced last week to 10 months of jail time and 3 years probation after stalking his ex-girlfriend and breaking into her home last June. Templeman pleaded guilty to felony home invasion and misdemeanor stalking in January. A first-degree home invasion charge and an assault and battery charge was dismissed. Templeman will receive credit for just over 8 months already served. The Saginaw Chippewa tribal member will undergo a psychological evaluation to determine if he's competent to stand trial on federal charges. According to Saginaw Chippewa Tribal Police, 32-year-old Giuseppe Pago was found trying to break into a house on the edge of the Isabella County Reservation on the night of February 4th when he fled and pointed what looked like a handgun at police. He was shot once by a pursuing officer, and police say the weapon turned out to be a BB gun. Pago survived his injuries and now faces multiple charges in federal court, but both Pago's lawyer and the prosecuting attorney say he should be evaluated by a licensed psychologist or psychiatrist before trial. The 6-mile-long stretch of westbound US 10 between Bay City and 7 Mile Road is getting rebuilt thanks to a $32.8 million reconstruction project by the Michigan Department of Transportation. The project will include a new Mackinac Road overpass, which replaces the current traffic signals with 2 roundabouts, as well as a bridge maintenance at 3 Mile Road. MDOT estimates reconstruction will support nearly 400 jobs. Work begins Monday and is expected to be done by November 2024. During that time, MDOT says lane reductions, temporary crossovers, and detours will be put in place and may slow down traffic. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
Warmer weather is hopefully on its way. At Associates in Eye Care, they want you to remember to wear sunglasses with UV protection. Most of us acquire 80% of our lifetime UV exposure before 18. So it's extremely important for children to have sunglasses with UV protection. Ultraviolet rays have harmful effects on the eyes that can lead to cataracts and macular degeneration. To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kazmarek, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw or Hemlock locations, call 792-8686. Associates in Eye Care, caring for our patients as we would want to be treated.
At Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, an evening with James Taylor.
Oh, I've seen fire, I've seen rain.
Friday night, June 23rd, part of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
How sweet it is to be loved by.
Tickets start at $36, on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office and etix.com.
Oh, Mexico, you got a friend.
James Taylor, Under the Stars, June 23rd at Soaring Eagle Casino.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. There was a small plane crash at the Kalamazoo Battle Creek International Airport yesterday afternoon. A single-engine Piper Saratoga made a crash landing at the airport with only the pilot on board. The pilot did not suffer any serious injuries. Flight records show the small plane departed from Dixon Municipal Airport in Tennessee on Wednesday morning. The crash is under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration. The Michigan House Legislative Committee has approved several bills dealing with so-called red flag laws. The legislation was changed from earlier versions and will now allow police to take guns away from those who may use it to commit crimes or harm themselves. Here's Judiciary Committee Chair Kelly Breen.
We are now able to provide a mechanism which law enforcement will be able to call a on-duty judge or magistrate in that jurisdiction. They will have to explain the situation, and if it appears that there is an imminent threat of danger, law enforcement will be able to depart that situation with the gun in hand, leaving it less likely that a domestic violence incident will occur or that somebody will take their own life.
Breen says under the legislation, doctors and guardians would now be able to file a complaint to remove guns from their patients. Some lawmakers voiced concern about the legislation being used to disproportionately target minority cities. The legislation now goes to the full House for consideration. With a high risk of wildfires in western Michigan, one did burn between 200 and 250 acres in southwest Michigan in the Allegan State Game Area in Clyde Township Wednesday. That's southeast of Saugatuck. The fire was about 92% contained last night. 6 homes were evacuated, but residents were able to return to their homes a short time later. The Michigan DNR says no one was hurt and the cause is under investigation. WSGW News Time, 10:10. And now for WNEM First Alert meteorologist Matthew Monroe.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mostly sunny skies here for today with a high into the lower 80s. Breezy winds out of the southwest around 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25. Then for tonight, mostly clear with a low around 53. Friday, sunshine, a high of 80 degrees. Then by Saturday, partial sunshine develops. We'll see a high around 78. Sunday, a chance for showers and thunderstorms. We'll see cloudy skies, high of 72. Monday, a chance for rain and snow mixing early, then becoming all rain, cloudy, high of 43. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 70.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Yes, indeed, Westside Decorating Center. Westside Decorating Center located at 5789 State Street in Saginaw. Newly expanded showroom, new product lines, everything you need for home decorating. Open phones later on this hour, but we're going to start this hour talking about a very special event coming up with a very special person because he's a member of our staff, one of our IT gurus. And we say good morning to Nathan Yax. Nathan, good morning. Oh, hang on a minute. Probably should push the buttons here so people can hear you. There we go.
Good morning, Art.
Good morning. So there's a fundraiser coming up for the Masonic Temple in Bay City.
Yeah.
How'd you get involved?
So I play in a band called Bring Your Best. So the benefit.
Bring Your Best.
Yeah, that's
And
what we try to do.
What instrument do you play?
I play the bass.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's the basis of every good song.
That's right. There you go. Got that down to a pat.
And I've worked with this organization, Excellency Music, for 6 years now. They just book local talent in the area. And as we've expanded and I've played with bands, we've decided to kind of expand what we can do with the community. We consider the Masonic kind of our home. So we thought, what else could we do besides, help them out? Because they've helped us out so much.
Now, I was under the impression the Masonic Temple in Bay City had closed.
It has not closed. They're actually undergoing restoration as we speak.
So they're redoing that facility. Then.
Yes.
It's been a great facility. We did a number of shows there called Swing Shift a while back, a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And it was a great place. I mean, it really is unique.
It is a gorgeous building. The first time we got to walk around in there, I was blown away at just how beautiful and ornate and the layout of it, and that stage, the main ballroom, is absolutely gorgeous.
So what's your genre of music?
So we're like a early 2000s punk style band, but this event, Brick Bash, is going to have everything from blues and southern rock to heavy metal. So it's got a little bit of something for everybody.
Just your band, or are there going to be other bands?
There's 13 other bands.
Oh,
there's 13
a few.
bands total. Yeah. And we're going to have 2 stages. We're going to be in the main ballroom, and I believe upstairs will be the other stage that are going to alternate back and forth. So everyone has a chance to listen to everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when is this?
This is going to be April 22nd. Doors are at 5. So that's not this upcoming Saturday, but the following. We've got tickets available. They're $12 in advance or $15 on the day of the show. You can buy them at xlncmusic.com.
Okay.
Excellency.
Oh, Excellency. Very good.
Yeah, so it's xlncmusic.com. And I'm very excited about it. It's our first time doing something of this nature. I've always liked the nonprofit sector personally. So it's very cool to get to do something like this that benefits the community.
And how long you been in the band?
We have been around. Our first show was just before COVID time. So,
really? You've been new band then, huh?
About 4 years then. Yeah, but I've been playing music about since I was 12.
How many members of the band?
5 of us.
And your main music is. How would you describe the band?
Our technical genre is pop punk, but we're think like Blink-182 and Green Day is how I would describe us.
Can't think that way. Never heard of it.
It seems to be kind of the hot music in the area, so we wanted to play something that we could have people come out and have fun with.
And where are tickets available?
Tickets are available at excellencymusic.com, and that's the letters xlncmusic.com.
And again, the date?
April 22nd, and then doors are at 5 p.m.
5 p.m., April 22nd, at the Masonic Temple.
At the Masonic Temple,
and
yes.
all proceeds go to benefit the Masonic Temple?
Yes.
And their efforts to
restore that building. There's it's been an ongoing process with them since they purchased the building from the Masons, because it's now I believe it's the Bay City Arts Society is who owns it now.
Yeah.
It's
I'm glad to hear they're restoring it, because that's a fabulous facility.
I believe the library downstairs is currently undergoing restoration. I haven't gotten a chance to look at it, but I'm pretty excited to see it.
All right. Well, good luck with it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, we've played there a few times, and I'm very excited to see it continue to progress.
13. Who are some of the other? Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you hang on? I got to take a break here,
Absolutely.
and then we'll come back. We'll talk about some of the other bands involved, and a few more minutes with Nathan Yax here on the Art Lewis Show.
Liberty Bridge is your gateway to work, school, downtown, and the Midland Street Business District. Enjoy all the benefits of Liberty Bridge for free until April. Save time and fuel by taking the most convenient route to your destination. Avoid congestion at other local bridges and experience Bay City's newest, most reliable bridge. Brought to you by local union workers and Bay City Bridge Partners. For your passport to the lowest rates once tolling begins, get your BC Pass before April at baycitybridgepartners.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at Uma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The latest reading on inflation offers another sign that the Federal Reserve has slowed the economy. The Producer Price Index, prices at the wholesale level, declined 0.5% from February to March. It's the steepest decline in 3 years. For the year ending in March, the PPI rose 2.7%, a weaker increase than economists were expecting. Also, new claims for unemployment benefits came in at 239,000 last week, more than forecast, and a sign that some companies are cutting staff. Delta Airlines lost money in its recent quarter, though it is seeing strong demand for summer travel. Delta says it had expenses in the quarter, including related to its new pilot's contract. Excluding those costs, it made a profit. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, to polos and khakis, to Oxfords or T-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Attention business owners. Stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent. Imagine owning your own building and saving thousands every year. Sound impossible? Not if you use General Steel. General Steel can help you save thousands by owning your own custom-designed building. Just call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-74-STEEL to see how much money you can save with General Steel. Our buildings come with a 50-year warranty, and thousands of companies, from Fortune 500 corporations to startups, have trusted the General with their building needs.
If you need to expand or start a new business, you really need General Steel.
I'm very impressed with General Steel. Everyone's been extremely helpful. I'd recommend General Steel to anyone looking to build a steel building.
Stop wasting money on rent. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-74-STEEL to find out about all our popular quick construction kits, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building. Just call 888-747-8335 now. That's 888-74-STEEL.
Hi, this is Mike Avery. You know you can hear my outdoor magazine show Sunday mornings, 9 till noon on WSGW. But now there's another option. Saturday morning, 6 till 9. Tune in for the latest outdoor news and information, hunting and fishing tips, wildlife and conservation issues, even some wild game cooking. That's Outdoor Magazine now on Saturday mornings too, 6 till 9, right here on WSGW 790 AM and 100.5 FM.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Nathan Yax with us in the studio talking about his band, which is called what again?
Bring Your Best.
Bring Your Best. And a big fundraiser coming up on the 22nd for the benefit of the Masonic Temple in Bay City. So you know some of the other bands? Who's going to be there?
Yeah. So from top to bottom, we've got Chase Ingle and the Night Shift. My band, Bring Your Best. Doogie, who is from Saginaw. Vera Noir. Blacktooth. Hedgerow, who is a great Southern rock style band. Wiener Schnitzel, who last time I saw them
could be German.
Could be. They do a lot of Fleetwood Mac type music.
Really?
Very talented band. They
No
played
kidding.
the Red Room at the Dow recently, too.
Oh, no kidding. All right.
The Euclid Motel, Midwest Skies, who is actually coming all the way over from Grand Rapids. The White Oranges, Noah Oldenburg, Lemire, and Niall Polkra. And I'm friends with most of these bands, so it's very cool just to be able to share these types of events with them.
Yeah, that's a big lineup. Well,
Yeah.
How long is this going to take?
I think Chase Single should be getting on around 10:30, and they'll probably play a half hour, 45-minute set. So it'll be wrapping up around 11 o'clock. So 5 to 11 if you want to go all day.
That's a lot
It's a
of
long
music.
day. Oh, yeah.
Now, is there going to be food and other stuff there? What's
There's going to be a bar. As for food, we're just downtown at the Masonic Temple, so it's only a couple blocks away from all of your favorite Bay
eat
City
before you go.
restaurants. Yeah, I would eat before you go. And it is an all-ages show as well.
Which means?
Under 18 is allowed.
Really?
Maybe I'm just so used to playing at bars and stuff that has that becomes a thing for me. I'm like, oh, people under 18 can come in.
Yeah. Very good. Great.
Yeah, so it's really just going to be a cool thing, and I'm really excited to see all these different genres together. It's something we really haven't done before.
So, what else does the band do? Where else do you play?
We play at the Sky Room, which is above Washington Lanes in Bay City. We just got back from a couple shows in Grand Rapids and Detroit.
Oh, you played down in the Big D, huh?
Yes, well, New Baltimore. We played at the Diesel Concert
Close
Lounge.
enough.
Yeah, and that was a great show. That was a few weeks ago. Had a great time doing it. First time down in there. We played the Crowfoot in Pontiac.
How long you been playing?
I've been playing music since I was about 12, bass specifically since I was 16.
What led you to the bass?
I wanted to be in the jazz band in high school, and they needed a bassist. I always played guitar before that, and I decided.
Well,
you know what?
you had played guitar then.
Yes, and I think it's one of those things where once you buy a bass, you get stuck with it forever. But I love it. I really do.
That's cool. That's very good. That's very good. So, when can we expect the band here in the radio station to give us a concert?
I don't know if you would want that.
It'll be interesting.
Depends on when our guitarist can get us shifts back to daytime shifts instead of nighttime shifts too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You all have other jobs, right?
That's the joy of being in a band when you're around 30 years old.
Well, let me tell
scheduling.
you, it's also the bane because my son was in a band called Classic Graffiti for a number of years. And it was made up of 7 individuals, all whom had jobs. One of them was a distributed education director for Central Michigan University, all kinds of jobs.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're not a band anymore.
No, scheduling is very tough. We have people who work at Dow. We've got a welder, someone opening a cafe
there you go.
in Auburn.
Same thing.
I'm here. We're all over the place.
All right. Very good. Well, Nathan, listen, thanks for filling us in and sitting in with us for a while.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I
Now back
appreciate
to
it.
work.
Yeah.
He works here, folks. I can say that. Thanks, Nathan. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Nathan Yax, we thank him for joining us. All right. We will have open phones for the remainder of the hour. 989-752-6111. Whatever you'd like to chat about, we would love to talk to you. So give us a call and we'll get the conversation going this morning. If you're phoning in, let it ring. We'll get to you as quickly as we can and get you on.
Liven up the look of your home this summer with the help of Warden Interiors of Frankenmuth. Hi, this is Marianne, and nothing brightens up the interior look of your home more than beautiful new flooring. And right now we have all the most popular styles and colors of carpet, as well as wood and tile, with beautiful patterns with a very natural look. Warden Interiors also does custom laminate and solid surface countertops, including the Cambria Quartz solid surface and Corian that everyone is talking about. Even new window fashions will give your home a breath of fresh style for summer. We have all the new Hunter Douglas window treatments that help keep the harsh sun rays and heat outside where they belong. Warden Interiors features Duet Architella shades with the best UV protection in the industry. There are so many ways our expert design team can make your home into a showplace. It is a breeze to refresh, rejuvenate, and restyle your home for summer. So come in and visit us. Warden Interiors on North Main Street in Frankenmuth. We'll help you bring it all together.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh and Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AA Wealth Management, LLC.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Democrats just want to win the next election, and they're trying to do it with ceaseless money printing. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. It is critical to protect your retirement right now with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word safeguard to 989898. There's nothing to buy and no obligation at all. Text the word safeguard to 989898 to get a free info kit on gold.
Paid for by Birch Gold Group.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
Babbel's interactive lessons are created by real language teachers and voiced by real native speakers using a modern conversation-based method. So in no time, you can start speaking confidently about real-life topics in another language.
Nosotras vamos a México en 2 días y ahora hablamos español. Gracias, Babbel. Sí, muchas gracias.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
All right, we are back with you here on WSGW, and let's go to our phones and talk to Errol this morning. Errol, good morning. Oh, just a minute, Errol. Just a minute. Okay, let's try it now. Errol, you there? Errol, where are you? I don't hear Errol. You should be able to hear me. I don't understand. Let's see if we put him on hold and try and seize him again. Errol, are you there? Errol has vanished. All right, Errol, call back. We'll try it again. I don't know what happened to Errol there. I pushed all the buttons, and they look like they're in the right position. Everything looks good, except Errol couldn't hear me. All right, well, we will see if we can get Errol back and get it done. And in the meantime, inflation data. Mentioned this yesterday just for a moment, but another big story today about it. Inflation has come down from its historic highs, but still high. 5% in the last 12 months. The policymakers are looking to get 2%. They haven't made it yet. Prices rose at their slowest pace in nearly 2 years, but they rose 5%. And indicators that exclude food and energy prices, the core inflation, tell a more mixed story. That they are more, if you will, stable. But again, as we talked about yesterday, most of us don't live in that core world. We buy things in that core world. But how can you exclude food and energy prices? Yeah, they're variable. They go up and down and all of that stuff. But the fact is, that's what we pay. Have you been to the gas pump? I now saw $3.79 today. It continues to rise after the announcement by the Saudis and the cartel that they're going to cut production. And prices have risen appropriately. Appropriately is an interesting word. It's not appropriate when you're putting that expensive gas in your car. I would not be surprised if we don't see $4 a gallon again. Well, guess what? That impacts my pocketbook and your pocketbook, and that's inflation. What's the point of excluding it? Because it's not real life. If you take food and energy out of the mix, then you're not talking about real life. You're not talking about everyday people that have to pay for these things. So I never put much faith in the core inflation because it's all the other things. If you take energy and you take food out of the picture, where does most of your money go every month? Other than housing, where you're paying your mortgage or what have you, energy and food are the big items. So anyway, let's try Errol again. Errol, are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
Hey, there you are. Now I got you.
Ponies. Hey, you know what? I owe you a congratulations.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
After I listened to the early news this morning, I'm probably going to turn good-natured and mellow. But I'm glad that we get something north of the border besides moose and cold weather.
Yeah, we get your crude.
Well, that's true. Well, we figure, north of the border, they figure we know how to change it into something useful, and they got a lot of it to give us if we want it. They got another pipeline sitting there closed.
Yeah,
if we need it, we can get it from them.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought when I was up at 2 or 3 o'clock this morning, because I don't require a lot of sleep, I thought I heard that they think they now know who did all this
leaking
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, with some kind of a computer program, but sounds like a young guy that is involved with this.
Who worked for the military.
Yeah, and I don't know if he did it deliberately or was he fooling around with the computer. But
since it's happened twice, I would think it's deliberate.
I would think so also. So anyways, so go have a nice weekend, sir.
Well, I will do the same, and you too, Errol.
I will try. I'll be mellow from now on. Thank you, sir.
And go Spirit.
Yes, I hope so.
They get to go to Canada to play the Sarniest thing now.
Eh? Yeah.
Of course, that's actually east of us rather than north of us. So, it's...
Oh, I'm glad you know where it's at. We'll see you later. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, listen, that's true. This thing, Sarniest thing, will now have home ice advantage in the second round of the OHL playoffs. Go Spirit. Mm-hmm. All right. Lines open for you. 989-752-6111. That's the number to call. I'm just going back to inflation for a minute. It's interesting, and I never did understand it, but we are, as a country, overall, not everybody, but just in general, we love big vehicles. SUVs, pickup trucks dominate the market. And the same time that's happening, gas prices are going through the roof. In the past, a lot of times when gas prices got up this high, we'd all of a sudden have a big push for economy cars, the little ones, and the high mileage cars and all of that. I think these gas prices at their elevated levels are going to help for the push for electric vehicles. Time will tell, but I sense that people, if they get frustrated enough, will do something different. Let's talk to Dwayne in Reese. Dwayne, good morning.
Good morning to you too. When's you guys gonna make the radio station a sports station at night? It seems like it is right now. I've only had one night this week I could get Tom Sullivan. Otherwise, you got
we've had sports contracts for decades, and they're not going to go away.
Oh,
those
I won't have it again. I won't have Tom Sullivan again tonight. I won't have Tom Sullivan again tonight. Right.
Those contracts are older than Tom Sullivan in many cases. I do think this though, because we have an AM and an FM on many nights, like the Tigers won't interfere with Tom Sullivan on the FM. You'll be able to get him on 100.5.
Right. Yeah, I know.
And so we try and do the best we can. But there are nights like tonight when both teams playing the Tigers. Yeah. This will be the last Red Wings game, so you won't have that to deal with for the summer.
Right.
So it works out.
How long is the Spirits going to be in these playoffs or whatever?
Till they lose.
They got the 7 games coming up, and that's it, or they got more after that?
Well, if they win the series, they got more after it. If they lose the series, they're done.
Okay, all right. That's what I was getting at. Okay,
yeah. It's a 7-game series. This is round 2. If they win this, they go on to round 3. If they win that, they go on farther. But for now, anyway, let's deal with one series at a time.
Right.
So, all right.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye now. And we'll talk to Scott in Saginaw. Scott, good morning.
Hey, morning, Art. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the leaked documents that we're finding out because of them that this administration was deliberately stopping our oil drilling and allowing other countries to drill so that they could get money. And I think Barack Obama said something like that when he was running for president. He said, America's been at top long enough. It's time another nation gets that honor. And so we're seeing that kind of playing through. And then we're watching what's going on with the coalition that Donald Trump had made with some of the Middle Eastern countries. That's now gone. Yep. And so what I'm seeing is America is looking pretty much alone. France just left us to join China. A bunch of countries down in South America are lining themselves with China. And where's our president? He's over in Ireland gallivanting around going, it feels so much like home.
Yeah, I got you. I know, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating, but it isn't going to change until we change it. So come election day, that's it. What else can I tell you, Scott? We can sit here and talk about this till we're blue in the face. Nothing will change until the American public wakes up and decides to change it.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to do is help some of the listeners wake up. And here's another one. Through Congress, they've now had one of the banks, I forgot the name of the bank, but they've disclosed or gave out Hunter Biden bank statements. So they do now have actual physical evidence of China giving money to Hunter Biden and then him dispersing it. So we know these people are bought and sold.
So now we got to see what happens with it, if anything.
I hope somebody goes to jail this time. I really do, Art. I'm so tired of watching this lawlessness is what's going on.
Good enough.
All right, Art, I'll talk to you.
All right, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye now. Yep. Kryzak's House Family Restaurant, best place to go for your authentic home-cooked foods with a European flair at reasonable prices. Now's the time to think about getting together with friends and family for lunch or dinner, as well as events coming up soon, graduations, confirmations, weddings, showers, anniversaries. Kryzak's has an economical way for you to supply the food. You can order what you want, Polish and American foods, and just pick it up at the restaurant ready to go. Or better yet, have your celebration right there at the restaurant. At a moment's notice, Kryzak's can help. Call 894-5531. Krizak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side.
Homeowners, Bob Wilsey of SunTech Wind and Solar here in Standish. Are you looking for energy independence for your home? You should be. Michigan utilities are closing their remaining coal plants soon, resulting in more power outages. Home solar with battery backup not only provides power during the grid outage, it reduces your light bill every day the sun shines. Unlike a generator, it just sits there. I'd love to show you how it all works. Come visit us at 319 South Main Street in Standish or visit us at suntech-windsolar.com.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Chimeric antigen T-cell therapy, or CAR T-cell therapy, is a unique, personalized approach that harnesses a patient's own T-cells and genetically engineers them to recognize and attack cancer. Among patients with large B-cell lymphoma, or LBCL, it's making a difference in this difficult-to-treat blood cancer. Dr. Manali Kamdar is an associate professor of medicine and clinical director of lymphoma services at the University of Colorado Hospital.
The safety profile and effectiveness seen with CAR T-cell therapy reinforces use among appropriate large B-cell lymphoma patients. Advances in treatment have created a shift in the nearly 30-year standard practice, increasing the potential of long-term remission for more patients.
Patients treated with CAR T-cell therapy may experience serious side effects, including cytokine release syndrome and neurotoxicity, which can happen in the first few days to several weeks after infusion. Talk to a doctor to see if CAR T-cell therapy is right for you. For more information, visit bms.com/celltherapyinfo. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, and let's get back to our phones. Jeff is in Bay City. Jeff, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
We've talked several times throughout the last year or so. Back in November, Proposal 3 got passed, and they pretended that it was about the abortion. And the first line of the proposal says an individual has their right to medical care. And they never put an age on it. And you and I talked about it, trying to make people aware of what they were doing. Well, Proposal 3 passed. Now, an age is no age other than at birth you're an individual. Saginaw has already done this. I don't know if they finished the program or if they're just en route of achieving. But Bay City Central High School filled out grant papers. The law got passed in November. Grant papers in December. They've already approved it for $75,000 to put Great Lakes Medical Care Facility inside the high school. We can't get a hired armed guard to protect schools against these people and individuals who are sick in the head and go in and shoot up schools, but we're going to put a medical care facility inside school, and the key word was to help the kids navigate their way through the medical system.
Yeah.
Why do I mention it like this? This is sick and disgusting. You know, school was supposed to be reading, writing, arithmetic, teach the everything of our, I'm so frustrated right now. It's just words sometimes sometimes I stumble through because I just get so frustrated. How about teach them the independence as far as of our legal rights and other things that are important for schools, not medical, but to navigate a child under 18, which means back to proposal 3, stealing the parents' rights to knowing what their children are up to.
That's the big thing. That's the big
thing.
Any
parent who finds out that a 14-year-old was taking some type of birth control or something, or got a shot at school and had no idea about it, and then there's a side effect to it.
Yeah.
They're going to come unglued. And people aren't realizing how deep this is. If they start putting a care facility in every single school, with this, the gay community, it's non-reproductive. This is another step and another tool for them to indoctrinate children instead of convincing them or talking about what's going on in their life. Oh, let's push them this way.
The biggest thing here is the lack of parent interaction. That to me is the biggest thing, that the parents don't have a say. Now, I don't know if they can opt out. I don't know if they can tell their school district, we don't want our youngster participating in that. I don't know.
But anyway, 3 passed, it said an individual. So
I understand that. You said that.
I lost that right.
So no, I don't think so. I think parents still have some rights here. They just have to exercise them. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it a little more and find out. All right. Listen, Jeff, I got to run.
All right.
Appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye now.
Have a good day.
And let's talk to Carl in Saginaw. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
Earlier, you were talking about these Tennessee lawmakers that were expelled from the local legislature, and you do know that they've been reinstated now, and they've been turned into like local folk heroes and rock stars. Their numbers have been elevated, and their fundraising and everything. As a reaction to this, what the Republicans did down there. And do the Republicans understand when they do something like this that most people don't agree with them?
Now, be careful how you say that. Now, wait a minute now. Be careful how you say that, Carl. When you say most people, I don't know that that's correct, because I think this country's pretty divided. So I think half the people agree with them and half don't agree with them. But you say most, you make it sound like, oh yeah, the country's against them. Well, guess what? That's not true.
No, well, I don't think it's half and half, Art. I think it's about a third of the country, has gone to the right.
And the right will tell you it's the other way around. So
maybe
who knows?
Except Art, lately in elections, moderates and independents have been going to the left, not to the right. And I think that's where the country is going. These calls for gun control, they have very broad support in the country. I know there are some people who are against any regulation, but that's a small number of people who feel that way. And I think the pressure is just building and building.
Well, again, I think you got to be cautious when you say a small number of people feel that way. I don't think you're right. There's a large number of people that feel that way.
Well, maybe, like I said, maybe 20, 30% of the country.
Well, you're guessing. You don't
way,
know. You're guessing.
No. Well, no, I've seen surveys, for universal background checks. It's in like the 90%.
Oh yeah, there are certain issues. Yeah, but when you say gun control, you throw it into a whole nother world. If you specifically tell me about a particular issue like universal background checks, then yeah, I might agree with you. But just general gun control, I don't agree, because I don't think there are, a very small part of the population that are that way. I think it's a larger percentage than you're willing to admit.
Well, I don't know. I think the tide is turning. People are getting tired of these shootings almost every day. I mean, people, are afraid to go to work. They're afraid to go shopping. They're
Well,
afraid
if you
to-
can tell me how any
tourism.
of these gun control laws will stop what's happened, I'd be interested. But you can't.
Okay, well then let's just enforce the abortion laws we have now. Let's not pass any new abortion laws. Let's just enforce the laws that we already have on the books, okay?
Well, that's what they're doing, isn't it?
Well, what about this banning these pills? This Texas judge that just banned these pills.
Well, that's going to end up
that
in
have
the
been on the
Supreme
market
Court.
for 20 years.
That's going to end up in the
They've been on the
Supreme
market
Court.
for 20 years.
That's going to end up in the Supreme
Well-
Court. You know it, and I know it, because
Yeah.
one judge said yes, one judge said no.
Yes.
So you know where it's headed.
Well, let's see what the Supreme Court says about that.
All right.
There again, I think the Republican Party is more and more out of touch with where most of the country is.
Well, that's your opinion, and
Mo-
that's fine. I
Yep.
mean, that's fine,
Yes,
but
it is.
that's just your opinion. So,
Okay.
all right, we'll find
All
out. All right, take care, Carl.
Thanks, Art.
Good talking to you. And let's talk to Jan in Essexville. Going to be might be our last caller. Jan, good morning.
Hi, hi, Art. I got a problem. It's between your radio station and my radio. My radio goes on at 5:00 in the morning, and it's gravelly. And then at 7:00, it like clicks and it's clear.
Yep, that's called raising the power. And it's sun up to sunset, and that's on the AM side on 790.
Yeah.
If you listen to 100.5 FM, you won't hear that.
Well, I can't hear my Tigers on that
That's
station.
true. That's true.
And then when the Tigers come on at night, if they're on in the daytime, it's fine. But at night, it's gravelly
Well,
again.
here's what happens, just so you understand. And this is by law, by the way, not just because we feel like doing it. Our license tells us when we must raise power, when we must lower power.
Oh.
It's sun up to sunset. And you will notice now, as we get into the longer months, you'll hear clearer reception for longer in the day. You know, when it's light out till 9:00 at night, for example, your Tiger reception will be much clearer for a lot longer.
Well, tell them to extend it to after the ball game.
Well, we can't do that. We could do it, but we'd lose our license. Then you wouldn't hear anything.
Okay, I thought, why is that so crackly,
Well, it is because of that. And what you might try doing is moving your radio to a different part of the house, near a window or something,
Well,
and see
I'm
if it,
thinking of getting a new one.
let's see if it clears it up.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
All right, Jen. Thanks
Okay,
for calling.
thank you.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Oh, I listen all the time.
Good deal. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I guess I should probably just explain that for a minute. Also, I want to refer to another caller. Earlier, the caller called up because he couldn't hear Tom Sullivan because we have sports. I do want to remind you, though, and I was reminded of this by Jonathan Dent, that all of our prime programming, like Tom Sullivan in the evening, when there are sports events that preempt them on the air, you can still hear them on the stream on your computer. So those programs are still available in one form or another. That's the plus side of having the technical world that we live in now. We can do all of these things at the same time. You just have to find the proper way to hear it at any given moment. As far as the power goes and the adjustments, we are the AM side. This only applies to the AM side, 790. We are what's called a directional station. By that I mean we have a multiple tower array, and that array creates a pattern which sends our signal in certain directions and restricts it in other directions to protect other stations on or near frequency. And by license, we need to follow it. We have to keep the pattern within specs. We have to lower power and raise power at certain times of the day, and it changes every month as As the days get longer and shorter, it changes. And that's always been the nature of AM radio. Always been that way. Nothing different about it. So nothing we can do about it. We can't arbitrarily say, we're going to stay on high power longer. Nope, can't do that. We have to follow what our license dictates so that we stay compliant with the FCC rules that govern our operation. So I've had people in the past say, I'll just leave it on an extra half hour. No, we can't do that. Great way to lose your license. And we're not in the business of losing a license, because if we lose the license, we're not in business. Period. All right, we're going to take our last break, and then we'll be back to close out, tell you what's ahead.
For the best garage doors, service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor. He knows doors.
It's springtime. The temperature goes up. The temperature goes down. Just like your garage door, right? It doesn't. Sounds like you need the door doctor. Call Delta Door today. It might just need a little tune-up. Or maybe it's time for a new door or opener. Since 1939, they've been fixing garage doors. Probably your parents. Maybe even your grandparents. Homeowners have learned to depend on the door doctor for the right prescription every time. If you've been thinking about a new garage door, think no more. Remember, in their more than 8 decades, they've seen it all. The Delta Door Doctor. He makes calls even where you live.
For the best garage doors, service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor. Delta Door.
Delta Door, 2835 Universal Drive, Saginaw.
What's the most important part of a retirement plan?
Income is king because we only need income. And if you don't have an income plan, you don't have a retirement plan.
That's Kevin Ray, financial coach at Insight Folios. Kevin tells his listeners every week about the importance of income planning, minimizing taxes, and strategies to lead a worry-free retirement. Learn all about that and get your own complimentary financial review by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
We now call to order the meeting of extraordinary heroes. Thunderfoot, here. Mega Maiden.
Let's go.
Wheat Farmer.
What am I doing here?
You defeated Evil Dawn and saved your crop quality.
Well, yeah, I used Sphere X fungicide on my wheat and barley.
Keep your secrets, man.
No secret, just best-in-class Dawn reduction.
So modest. A mighty hero indeed.
Be a hero with Sphere X fungicide from BASF.
Always read and follow label directions.
Sean Hannity, weekdays at 3 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for today. Thank you for joining us. We thank Westside Decorating for sponsoring our show. Coming up, news from CBS, the National and International Report, Michael Percha in the WSGW newsroom. Then we're going to talk to Jeff Carrick from Medicare Choices. That will be happening on Focus, and that will be coming along right after the news. I'm Art Lewis. Talk to you then.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Steel.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A federal appeals court has ruled the commonly used abortion pill, mifepristone, can still be used for now with some restrictions. CBS's Sarah Ewell-Weiss.
Essentially, the FDA allowed for a non-physician to start prescribing the drug in 2016. It also allowed for this to be given out without going to a doctor's office. The other thing was in 2021, the FDA allowed for this drug to be sent by mail. That restriction will remain in place as well.
The second of two black Democrats expelled from the Republican-led Tennessee House has just been reinstated. Justin Pearson's been sworn in a week after he was expelled for taking part in a gun control protest on the House floor.
Doors that are open to everybody in the state of Tennessee, not just rich somebodies, but everybody, not just straight somebodies, but everybody's, not just Republican somebodies, but everybody.
Representative Justin Jones was allowed back to office Monday. The Biden administration says it intends to make health insurance coverage available under Obamacare to hundreds of thousands of people brought into this country illegally as children.
To get the Affordable Care Act passed, then President Obama insisted the reforms would not extend insurance coverage to immigrants here illegally. That affirmation led a GOP congressman to shout, "You lie," in the House chamber. Now, more than 13 years later, the Biden administration says it will enact a rule extending Medicaid and ACA exchange coverage to DACA recipients. The administration will, for this purpose, determine that those in the DACA program who were brought here illegally as children are lawfully present in the U.S.
Correspondent Stephen Portnoy reporting. President Biden says the Department of Justice is zeroing in on a suspect who may have leaked secret government documents online. Speaking in Ireland, Mr. Biden also says,
"I'm not concerned about the leakages, and I'm concerned that it happened, but there's nothing contemporaneous that I'm aware of."
The Washington Post is reporting the leaker is a young gun enthusiast who worked on a military base. There are calls from Republicans and from some Democrats for the oldest serving senator, Dianne Feinstein, to step down. The 89-year-old has missed 2 months of votes as she recovers from a case of shingles. Correspondent Scott McFarland is on Capitol Hill.
In a statement last night, she said her return to Washington has been delayed due to continued complications. And also, in a rare request, she asked Senate Democratic leaders to temporarily fill her seat on the pivotal Senate Judiciary Committee. That panel's work confirming federal judges has been partially stalled in her absence.
The Dow is up 136 points. This is CBS News.
Find tools for the job site or your own backyard at over 10,000 authorized local steel dealers. Find yours at steelusa.com, STIHLUSA.com.
Let me tell you about the Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch. Are you looking for a place that will satisfy the food cravings of the entire family? Well, look no further. At the Lumberjack, you're sure to enjoy the food and company, all while getting a pure up-north dining experience. With an array of entrees, burgers, omelets, desserts, and more, it's a sure thing that there's something for everyone. The homestyle cooking is sure to have you coming back for more. So head up north to the Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch, exit 212, I-75.
Dream it, book it, golf it. This season, head to the Island Resort and Casino, your Midwest golf destination, with 2 top-ranked courses in 2022. Sweetgrass, ranked number 10, and Sage Run, ranked number 20. Dramatically different, but equally exceptional. Visit islandresortgolf.com for package details. To book your package, call 877-ISL-GREEN. Stop dreaming of great golf. Start playing it at the Island. Book today for best availability.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Sunny skies and 68 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Percha. Fire crews responded to a report of a fire at 2 homes in Bay City at late Tuesday night. Firefighters were dispatched to the 2000 block of 4th Street at 11:24 and found a house, a garage, and a vehicle on fire, with moderate fire at a second home next door. Investigators say they also discovered a downed power line between the 2 homes. Crews contained and extinguished the fires, making sure there was no further spread before giving the all clear. No injuries were reported, and the fire marshal is conducting an investigation into the cause. Dow Credit Union has received recognition from the Credit Union National Association, or CUNA. The financial institution was awarded for its member benefits with member household receiving an estimated benefit of more than $1,200 through lower loan rates, higher deposit yields, and fewer fees compared to other banks. CUNA's Marketing and Business Development also awarded the credit union a modernized logo and member give back video, which highlights some of the credit union's community involvement efforts throughout its history. The 2023 Congressional Art Competition is now open for submissions. Each spring, Congressman Dan Kildee and other members of the U.S. House of Representatives Congressional Art Caucus sponsor a nationwide high school arts competition, which is an opportunity to recognize and encourage artistic talent across the nation. The winner's artwork will be on display for 1 year in the U.S. Capitol, along with the winners from congressional districts across the country. Students in grades 9 through 12 across mid-Michigan are encouraged to submit their artwork for consideration. Submissions must be turned in by April 28th at 5 p.m. and must follow the art competition guidelines. For information about the competition and how to submit artwork, visit dankildee.house.gov/2023 art competition. WSGW News Time 11:07.
Homeowners, Bob Wilsey of SunTech Wind and Solar here in Standish. Are you looking for energy independence for your home? You should be. Michigan utilities are closing the remaining coal plants soon, resulting in more power outages. Home solar with battery backup not only provides power during the grid outage, it reduces your light bill every day the sun shines. Unlike a generator, it just sits there. I'd love to show you how it all works. Come visit us at 319 South Main Street in Standish or visit us at suntech-windsolar.com.
Comerica Park is the place to be on Saturday with a giveaway every Saturday, all season long. Arrive early. The first 15,000 fans get a Jackie Robinson number 42 hat when your Tigers face off against the Giants on Saturday. Get the party started early every Friday home game with the all-new Party in the Park. This Friday, we celebrate the Motor City. Arrive early for pregame happy hour, $5 drink specials, live music, plus entertainment throughout the game.
WSGW News Time 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. A Farmington Hills District Court judge will decide next month whether a doctor accused of molesting hockey players will stand trial. More than 10 victims testified during a preliminary hearing against Dr. Zvi Lavron over the past 2 days. Much of the testimony was similar, as the victims described Lavron touching them inappropriately and performing oral sex. Lavron faces more than 30 counts of criminal sexual conduct. His medical license was suspended at the beginning of the year. The Florida-based owner of a shuttered nuclear power plant on the shores of Lake Michigan is asking the state for assistance in helping it restart operations at the Palisades Nuclear Generating Station. Michigan news sources Cheryl Fritz has this story.
Holtec International approached a few regional lawmakers recently about the plan, but a formal request has not yet been made to the state, said Representative Joey Andrews, a St. Joseph Democrat who represents Covert Township in Van Buren County, where the nuclear plant is located. The more than 50-year-old plant was decommissioned by then-owner Entergy Nuclear last year before the company sold the facility to Holtec. The nuclear power plant shut down last May. For Michigan News Source, I'm Cheryl Fritz.
Michigan State University students held a walkout Wednesday afternoon, nearly 2 months following the mass shooting on campus. Dozens of students left class for a silent demonstration walk, starting at Berkeley Hall and the Student Union, the sites of the shootings, and then ending at the Spartan statue. A lone gunman shot 8 students inside Berkeley Hall's Student Union, killing 3 on February 13th. WSGW News Time 11:10, and now for WNEM's First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro.
Time now for our weather forecast from TV5's Matthew Monroe.
For Thursday, we'll have sunny conditions with crystal clear blue skies, a high of 82 degrees, and your southwest wind gusting to 25 miles per hour. That wind not as strong as it was on Wednesday. There's also another round of red flag warnings for Thursday in our northern counties. For tonight, we'll have a low of 52 degrees, mostly clear. It's just a few high clouds moving through, but a calm wind. Then on Friday, mostly sunny with increasing clouds during the afternoon and a high of 78. Your southwest wind on Friday will only be 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Saturday, we'll have a high of 77 degrees, very cloudy, and we do see a slight chance of showers in the evening. More rain starts to move in on Sunday. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matthew Mondro.
And right now we have 74 degrees here at WSGW.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Focus is presented by RoofMax. That's RoofMax with 2 X's.
That's right, RoofMax. You can find out more online at getroofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. RoofMax with 2 X's. Before I introduce you to our guest on Focus, I have to go back last hour. I forgot to give you the word. And the baseball word for last hour is division, D-I-V-I-S-I-O-N, division. We will have a new word for you coming up in the next break. And for Focus today, we're going to focus on Medicare. And we're going to do that with the man who's got a company called Medicare Choices. And we say good morning to Jeff Carrick. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, so we're sitting here in April. And most of us think of Medicare in the window, so to speak. Do we still have choices in April?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot going on and different things. Just to let everybody know that we do have a 5-star plan here in the state of Michigan with Priority Health. So with a 5-star plan that is issued by CMS, the Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services, you can sign up for that plan and make a choice at that time with that plan all year round.
What makes a 5-star? And we're talking about an Advantage plan or separate plans?
It is a Medicare Advantage plan with Priority Health here in the state of Michigan.
What makes it 5 stars?
It's got a lot to do with the benefits in the plan, the company service with Priority Health, and there's many different factors that go into it. How well they take care of their clients and keep them healthy.
You mentioned Priority Health. Maybe I misunderstood it one time. Was there not also a Blue Cross plan that was 5-star?
Yes, there was. In 2022, the 5-star plan was Blue Cross Blue Shield.
So it
of Michigan.
changes.
It can change, and you can have more than one 5-star plan. That's kind of unusual, but it can happen.
So what does somebody gain with a 5-star plan that they can't get in a 4 or 3-star plan? There's customer service and the way it operates?
It's just based on the quality that the carrier, Priority Health, has taken care of their clients.
And why can I get a 5-star plan any time of the year when I can't get other plans?
That's a CMS rule. The annual enrollment period is October 15th through December 7th. That's when you can change your Medicare Advantage plan to any company here in the state of Michigan. They do have the open enrollment period, which is January 1st through March 31st, where if you currently have a Medicare Advantage plan and you're unhappy with it, it's not covering the drugs the way that you want them to cover it and so forth, you're not happy with your plan, you can make a switch. After March 31st, if you're not turning 65 and you're currently on a Medicare Advantage plan, one of the few choices that you have is to go to a 5-star plan.
How many plans are there in Michigan? How many companies are dealing with Advantage plans, for example? I know Advantage is the big thing. So how many companies are dealing with that?
Oh, geez. I haven't actually counted them. We're Medicare Choices.
You cover all of them, don't you?
Well, we're an independent agency and we've got all of them, all the major carriers. and within each carrier, they have multiple plans. So,
unlike Medigap plans, the alphabet soup of plans, I call them, which are dictated by the government as to what each plan contains, are Advantage plans done the same way? Does the government dictate what's in a plan, or is that competitive juices that drive that?
in the Medigap plans, those are dictated by the federal government. So if you get a Plan F or Plan G or
Right.
Plan N, it's the exact same plan no matter what carrier you go with. The benefits are exactly the same. The only thing that can be different is the premium cost of that plan. In an Medicare Advantage plan, those carriers submit that plan to the federal government, and they okay it if it's covering, things the way that the federal government wants to be covered, and it gets approved, and you can offer that plan.
So you have to have it approved by the government, as opposed to the government dictating what the plan's going to look like.
Yes.
You create the plan.
And what the federal government says is in every Medicare Advantage plan has to be as good or better than the original Medicare.
So if I came to you and I said, all right, show me the best and show me the worst, is there much of a difference in these plans?
Well, what I can tell you is this, we don't customize plans, but we take a look at each individual client to see where their needs are. I mean, are their needs really important in dental? Is it really important to have eye care? One of the main thing is we take down a list of all your monthly prescriptions that you take, and we put that into a software, and it analyzes all the different carriers and all the different plans to find out what plan is going to cover your prescriptions the best. And that's what they call a prescription formulary. And each carrier has their own formulary. And what the federal government says for a Medicare Advantage plan, that formulary has to have at least 2 therapeutic drugs in every category, but it's not all drugs. So that's why it's important
so drug
to
A
analyze.
may be covered by one carrier, but not covered by another then.
Absolutely correct, Art. Absolutely correct.
Wow.
Very important.
So there's got to be a way to simplify this.
It's
There
very-
is. Come to you. Let you do it.
Well, that's just it. It's very confusing, and we're a no-fee service. What that means is we don't charge 1 penny for our services to analyze all the plans for you, all your prescriptions, find out what your wants and needs are. I will tell you this, we can't do this for nothing. We do get paid
it's commission, right?
commission
Yeah.
by the carrier. If you were to sign up for whatever plan you might sign up for, that we get paid a commission that way, but it's a no-fee service to you. So there is no disadvantage whatsoever in using Medicare Choices as your guide to choose a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medigap plan.
All right, hang on. We're going to take a break. We're talking to Jeff Carrick from Medicare Choices, and we will be back with more. First of all, so I don't forget, let's see if we can give away some money. Time to play WSGW's Baseball Bucks, presented by Westside Decorating Center. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the baseball word online at WSGW.com. Baseball word this hour, shortstop. SHORTSOP, shortstop. That's spelled wrong, too. I'm looking at it on the paper here, and it's wrong. SHORSTOP, shortstop. And it's an Alpha Media company-wide contest. Must be 18 or older to play. 1 winner chosen each day. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Baseball Bucks presented at Westside Decorating Center on WSGW. Let me ask how you slept last night. We're asked to do more for less today. So when you go to bed, you spend a third of your life there. You need quality sleep, and you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. You can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your dollars are spent, and they stay right here in our local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress, and they feature 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home. If you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you. Box stores can't do that. Visit the Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 753-1757.
Liven up the look of your home this summer with the help of Warden Interiors of Frankenmuth. Hi, this is Marianne, and nothing brightens up the interior look of your home more than beautiful new flooring. And right now we have all the most popular styles and colors of carpet, as well as wood and tile, with beautiful patterns with a very natural look. Warden Interiors also does custom laminate and solid surface countertops, including the Cambria Quartz solid surface and Corian that everyone is talking about. Even new window fashions will give your home a breath of fresh style for summer. We have all the new Hunter Douglas window treatments that help keep the harsh sun rays and heat outside where they belong. Warden Interiors features Duet Architella shades with the best UV protection in the industry. There are so many ways our expert design team can make your home into a showplace. It is a breeze to refresh, rejuvenate, and restyle your home for summer. So come in and visit us. Warden Interiors on North Main Street in Frankenmuth. We'll help you bring it all together.
You know, I'm starting to worry about all this crime lately.
I was worried too, so I made sure I was prepared.
How'd you do that?
I took my CPL class at Applied Training Solutions. They covered everything I needed to know to get my concealed pistol license. You can never be too safe.
Applied Training Solution is Michigan's premier training facility. We offer both live fire training and digital simulation training. Whether you're looking for your initial training or advanced training, see us at simurange.com or ATS Midland on Facebook.
Thank you for being with 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, talking to Jeff Carrick from Medicare Choices and talking about all of the choices available. All of the Medigap plans are also still available, right? I mean, hasn't gone away.
Yeah, there is no annual enrollment period or anything for those plans. You do have to medically qualify. And one of the things with the Medigap plans is now this time of year is when you're going to see most of the increases on the Medigap plans.
I know that.
Tis the time of the year for
usually
increases.
June, I think, is the first increase that I see in the premium. June or July.
They've got them coming up in February, March, April.
Yeah, my company I'm with I get notification usually in November of what's going to be happening in the next 6 months, and then usually it's June when I see the increase.
Yeah, and if you're unhappy with the increases and then you want another option for your Medigap plan, we have the hybrid Medicare plan, which
explain that.
Hybrid, basically,
you built an Advantage plan, didn't you? In effect, in some ways.
How do I take an hour and put it into 10 seconds here?
Work on it.
It's a hybrid Medicare plan is a Medicare Advantage plan, and it also consists of a hospital indemnity plan. And one of the major differences between the two plans, it works similar, not exactly similar to a Medigap plan, except the hybrid Medicare plan is not age rated, meaning you don't have to worry about going to the premium increases every single year because the Medigap plans are age rated.
Right.
And that's what causes them to go up each and every year as you get older. Where once we got you locked into the hybrid Medicare plan, they've never, ever, ever had a premium increase. I'm 66 years old. I'm on Medicare, and I have the hybrid Medicare plan for myself. I'd love to talk to you about it and see if that plan might be a good fit for you. And I just want to mention again, our no-fee service, and the telephone number to call to get more information is area code 989-899-7820. That's 989-899-7820.
Can you put together a hybrid plan that does the same thing my current Medicare and drug plan and Plan F do? No out of pocket.
Not totally. But the advantage is if you take a Medigap plan and a hybrid plan, It can't be exactly like what you have with the Medigap plan, but it is very, very close. And most people, we save them at least 50% on their Medigap premium going to the hybrid
what you
plan.
save makes up for the difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's where you got to evaluate to see if that plan is a good, valuable plan for you.
Give me your number again, Jeff.
989-899-7820.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you so much, Art.
We'll do it again. Jeff Carrick from Medicare Choices. We thank him for being with us today, and we'll be back to close out.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles.